Hi friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. My name is Sarah, also known as Laugh Lovely Angela, and in today's video we are going to continue the early Christmas decorating here on my channel, this time heading into my living room space. If you missed my last decorating video, we decorated my entryway for early Christmas, bringing in lots of greenery, a couple vintage pieces, some new ones, and I'm planning to do the same in our living room as well. And at the very end, putting up the Christmas tree, finally. It is November 7th. I'm filming the day before again because life, but this is actually the latest I've put my tree up in a few years now. So I'm itching, I'm ready for it. Let's get into decorating. First, we're going to add some more garland because there is truly never enough to make it a super magical season. When attaching my garland to my stair railing, I keep it super simple for myself and just use zip ties. I know that they make these no damage twist ones that have like a tassel detail on it if you want to go that route. This works for me, keeps it nice and simple to put up and take down. The garland I'm using on my stair railing this year is the deluxe cedar garland from Pottery Barn. It is so incredibly beautiful and full, just as is. It's the equivalent of having 3 garlands twist together. So I love that it gives me a super full look right from the get-go. I did use this same garland on my mantle on the fireplace that you will be seeing later in the video, so stay tuned to see how that turned out. This garland is so incredibly pretty and full. It's doubled up in this section right here, but I'm going to go through and fluff this up properly later. But right now I'm on a time crunch. Hubby is watching the baby, so we're going to keep moving on. Next to the secretary desk, I'm adding this tree I got from Walmart probably 4 years ago now. It's just a super basic one, but it's the perfect way of hiding our Harry Potter closet door that actually, funny enough, houses all of my Christmas trees. And I always love to bring my sled out as well. It's functional in the sense that it covers up this outlet here, so I don't need to stare at the cords, but is also just a fun seasonal touch. And on the closet door, I'm going to add this pretty pine cone wreath. I got this from Wayfair actually, and shared it in my fall porch styling video, but I knew that this would be perfect for both Christmas and winter decorating as well. I really loved adding this wreath instead of my traditional Norfolk one that goes over here because there's so much greenery between the entryway, the mantle, and the stair railing. I figured it would be nice to have something else in the mix, and I can put my Norfolk in the kitchen instead. And now we're going to add some of that brown velvet ribbon that I actually picked up from Walmart this year. And since the wreath and my stair railing are literally right next to each other, I'm using the same ribbon to keep the spaces cohesive. After Thanksgiving, I will swap out my ribbons to be red, as well as add in some red berry stems to just kind of brighten everything up and give it that true Christmas touch. On my sofa, I'm starting off with this super cozy throw from Pottery Barn. It is the Alpine faux fur one. It's absolutely amazing. Think of like the softest stuffed animal you've ever touched in your life. And it's better than that. So I love adding faux fur to give a cozy texture, but it's also just best to snuggle up after a long day. And then if you guys watched my curating a cozy Christmas look, I shared that I was going to, well, I shared more so building the color scheme when I'm planning to use primarily in my living room. So if you want to see a more in-depth of a lot of items, you can check that out. But I mentioned that I was going to use this same plaid throw pillow that I did in my fall decorating because I'm leaning into the colors that it has. So we're playing off of the red and the green to push this in more of a Christmas direction, while during fall we leaned more into the brown, orange, and yellows that it had. So that way we're utilizing it for more than one season, getting the most bang for our buck. But this is super gorgeous. It does come in a green plaid and a blue as well. The tree pillow is older from Target, and the letters to Santa I found on eBay, but have found very similar options at HomeGoods. On our side table trunk, I'm styling it with a couple of different coffee table books, as well as one of the wooden house candles that I found at HomeGoods this year. It's an Anthropologie Look for Less and is absolutely amazing. I love to use them for both Christmas and winter decorating. And we're going to layer it with one of these bronze sculpted trees from Pottery Barn. And I picked up this really cute Santa snuffer. My friend Tiffany on Instagram from the Mezza home, I've shared her before, she shared it, and so I immediately knew it was too cute to pass up. If you're not following me over on Instagram, that's where I share more real-time stuff. But also in that curated Christmas haul, I shared this pillow cover. It's from McGee & Co. It's leaning into the red portion of the plaid. It's the most beautiful deep red color. It is an investment, but I feel like if you get something you're obsessed with, you are more inclined to actually use it longer. So I loved this so much. I got one of the pillows, the throw blanket, and 2 stockings. And again, bringing in another faux fur throw to just really have ourselves surrounded and cozy. This one is actually one that I found years ago at HomeGoods on sale too. It was a really, really good price, but absolutely love it. So for my coffee table styling, I'm using this gorgeous vintage vase. I got this off of Etsy. They are one of my favorite places to source vintage things. If I don't have the time to go antique shopping, sometimes I can't find what I'm looking for and I'm better off just shopping online for it. And then the stems I'm using are these beautiful juniper ones that I also got off of Etsy actually a few years ago. And they're by far one of my absolute favorite stems for Christmas and winter decorating. So I will link them. The shop that I got them from still has them as I'm filming this, but they do move fast, so just keep that in mind. And I have 5 styled in this vase. Now we're adding a couple coffee table books. I recently picked up Christmas in the Cottage, so that way I can introduce that red tone again in another way. And of course styling it with one of these twiggy Pottery Barn reindeer. I also recently picked up the new Auden Lure candle. This is Joy. It has this beautiful deep red vessel. And that way I'm introducing another texture with the glass in the mix. I think it's so pretty and pulls from the color of the book as well as that red throw pillow I have on the back there. And then bells are always a really great addition for Christmas styling. This one I got from Golden Oldies, but I will try to find some on Etsy if I'm able. just wanted a quick moment to share how the mantle is for early Christmas. So this is utilizing both of those garlands I also shared in that curated Christmas lookbook video. So I have 2 of the cedar ones meeting in the middle and 2 of the pine cone. And the pine cone ones are so gorgeous. I just needed to share because I didn't film myself actually putting it up, but I just kind of wove it throughout there. And you guys will get a closer look at this in the built-in styling video, but we are going to be putting up the tree in the center here. So this chair is going to have to scoot into the living space a little bit more, but we're still going to give her a styled moment. So this is that reversible throw blanket I was talking about from McGee & Co. earlier. It is a pretty penny, that's just a fair warning, but I wasn't finding exactly what I wanted in a more budget-friendly way, and so I felt it was best for me to just save up and get exactly what was going to make me happy at the end of the day, rather than spending it a few times trying to chase what I wanted. But it gives a very like vintage-inspired look that I absolutely fell in love with. And of course, had to bring in my Pottery Barn gingerbread pillow. And on the back sofa table, I kept all this the same to keep it low profile, but I added some of the juniper picks that I have to just liven it up a little bit. In this brass wall vessel, I'm adding a few smaller stems from Hobby Lobby. Everything that I can link from today's video will be down in the video description for you guys. I love making intentional updates. I think it just adds that perfect detail that people don't honestly notice until it's present. So I picked up a new rug for our front door here, so that way we can always wipe our shoes off when we're walking in. I got this from Wayfair, and it is this beautiful dark red with a tan, and I figured that this would be perfect to add. Now, I shared this on Instagram because I did a campaign with Balsam Hill for Christmas in July, actually. So this is the second time, I pardon the loud noise. This is the second time that this tree is going up this year. But I got one of the amazing ones that, for one, comes on wheels, and 2, flips to make it super easy to put your tree up every year. Now, this video is not sponsored by Balsam Hill. I just thought this tree was so cool because the other amazing feature it has is that it flips. So the bottom 2/3 of the tree is on wheels. You lock it in place and you literally flip the tree in place and done. It's amazing. I've never seen anything like it, and I thought it was the coolest thing. Now, I feel it would be impolite of me to not ask this question, but when does your tree go up? I know some people start decorating early November, like myself. Some people love to wait until after Thanksgiving. Both absolutely are perfect and nothing is wrong with that, but I'm always curious what people think about it, because for me, the turkey almost tastes better having the Christmas tree up. Also, please don't judge that I did not take my own advice in today's video.
by not even attempting to fluff any of the branches of this tree. So this weekend I will be spending some good time fluffing it up to really make it shine. But just know, like with all the floral arrangement styling videos I've shared over the years and everything, taking the time to adequately fluff makes all the difference.
This happened last year too. And I didn't fix him before I put him away. So just know he will be getting a broad nail to the antler this weekend.
And here is a finished look at how my early Christmas living room decorating came out. It's so cozy and welcoming and just feels like a warm hug when you walk in, which is exactly what I was looking to achieve in the space.
So that is going to wrap up today's video, friends. I sure hope you enjoyed seeing how I styled my living room space for the early Christmas season. A lot of this is going to carry in to my after Thanksgiving Christmas decorating. That's when I bring in more pops of red and everything, but I am definitely like fall, leaning into the color faster than I have in previous years where I kept it very cream, brown, green. So I'm trying to do the same for my Christmas decorating. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel today, and I will see you in my next video, friends. Bye.